Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everybody. We meet again. Happy New Year, everyone. For a start, I hope that 2024 is going to be the year for you, the year for everybody. I've just come across a puff piece, and I'm convinced that's what it is. It's written by a gentleman called Justin Ravitz, and he's the something editor at, I think, Hello magazine. And it's an online article, and it's all about when he met Meghan and Harry, October last year, when they went to talk to about online safety, right? Another online safety thing. So I thought, well, I'll just read it, and it actually kind of gripped me until I hit a certain paragraph, which I'll come to in a minute. Basically, his first couple of paragraphs, I'll put a link in the description below so you can read it for yourself. I thought, yep, he's broken the ice. He's getting into it. He's explaining about a few irritating frustrations in his own life and how he's going to go and meet Meghan and Harry. He talks about how he covered the coronation and that it was massive and there were loads of journalists and crowds and security, and he compares that to the Harry and Meghan thing about online safety. Just to be clear, this is the one where she wore that sort of weird toilet roll outfit, one of her toilet roll outfits, the sort of off the shoulder thing. And then he says, you know, when he turned up there were half a dozen journalists, not very many people at the event, very, very small event. And he goes on to explain that some parents who very, very sadly and tragically lost their children to suicide because of online bullying, were up on the stage and telling their story. He even names a few of the parents, and he's just about, you know, I was really quite gripped. I thought, yeah, I want to know, because I remember when my two were younger and I was worried about them being bullied or feeling any kind of thoughts like that. And I imagine a lot of parents would be interested to know what to look out for, how to prevent it, etc., etc. It's a really serious subject, and actually a highly worthy subject. And also, just for other parents who've suffered such a tragedy, to be able to read an article like that, relate to it, and think, yes, I went through something similar with my child. And then I hit this paragraph, and this is why I don't like, one of the many reasons I don't like Meghan. I mean, what the hell, this paragraph is actually in brackets, but it's quite long. So I'm getting into the vibe and waiting to hear these parents' stories and etc., etc. And I hear, for the record, the suits Alan wore a two-piece cream-coloured Altazara and gold bespoke earrings by Sarah Hendler. Why the hell does that need to be in such an article? It then goes on to blow sunshine up Meghan and Harry's arse. So the whole article, I see it, is all about blowing sunshine up Harry and Meghan's arse and merching and explaining what Meghan was wearing and what name brands they were. That's the only way that can be seen. Is that really an appropriate moment? In the middle of an article talking about something so serious, something as serious as teenagers feeling alone and feeling the only way out is suicide, we really need to hear what the hell Markle was wearing and what name brands she was wearing. This is why it is just not going to work for this chick. It is not going to work for her at all. I thought that was the most insensitive puff piece I have read so far. It's like being at somebody's funeral and all of a sudden, halfway through the service, jumping up and saying, oh, I'm wearing a such and such coat. I got it for $999. I've got the link in my purse if anybody wants one. I got a business card. Just let me know after the funeral. And then sitting back down. It's distasteful. It's unnecessary. It's inappropriate. It's not the right moment to be merching. I thought at the time, what an odd choice, an off-the-shoulder cocktail sort of weird loo roll outfit she was wearing. Wear that to a fashion show, for sure. Wear that to a red carpet event, for sure. This was a room full of grieving parents. You're going to wear an off-the-shoulder number and sit there when your kids aren't even old enough to be on the internet. They don't even know what the internet is yet. And you think it's okay, after naming a few of the parents who've tragically lost their teenagers to suicide because of online bullying, to come out with that. What was the name of that design? Oh, just in case any sugars out there want to buy it. It was Bespoke Gold Earrings by Sarah Hendler. Just like pinch that, because I'm sure there are a few sugars who want to buy it. Are you starting to get it? It's a cheap-ass move, that one, I think. I think that's horrible. Horrible to put that in such an article. Well, I'll let you guys read the article for yourselves. Make your own judgment. But, I mean, this is one of the reasons the girl is going to struggle to find work. I don't know if WME were responsible for that. I find it hard to believe. It's more of a Sunshine Sacks kind of, cheap-ass move, if you ask me. But it's quite sickening. Anyway, I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions on what you think of that. And perhaps you could offer Megan some constructive advice. Not nasty, some actual advice. Tell her what to calm it down on. Try and explain to her you don't run a sales pitch in the middle of a funeral or another person's human tragedy. As always, thank you very much for listening.